Welcome back, hockey fans, to MC Media's continuing coverage of the 2018 Cooks Cup High School Hockey Tournament, coming to you from the Mariner Center in Yarmouth, Nova Scotia. My name's David Doucette. With me for today's game, J.R. Surratt. Today's match is the Sir John A. Flames in white going from right to left against the Barrington Barons in black going from left to right. Sir John A. out of HRM, Barrington out of Shelburne County. This is the 12th Cooks Cup Hockey Tournament being held here in Yarmouth. We're underway. Puck in the Flame zone. Digging deep under there is Greenwood. In front, quick opportunity for Barrington, but nothing comes of it. Breaking back the other way is Hiscock. Galloway has it, throws it in deep, chases in after it, but getting there first is Nickerson. Nickerson goes off the glass, chip forward and into the neutral zone. Back the other way is Pellerin. Pellerin goes high off the glass, getting it clearing the zone, and Barrington throws it back in and makes some changes. Pellerin behind his own net has some open ice, flips it cross ice, just a little ahead of one and not in front of the other one. Vino can't quite get it and circles back to start again from the Flame zone.
This the first game for both of these teams?
Yes, it is. There's a quick shot, just wide. Solid effort there by number 8, Nolan Atwood, and he just missed the far side.
Yeah, nice quick spin and fire there, and big hit by Sir John A. Caught him off guard. He dumped the puck in and then lit up the player who was trying to defend him.
Coming back the other way, we've got Kane. Kane fires one in, deflected easily to the side, but goaltender Braden Hayes. Hayes, the starting goaltender for Sir John A. And on the other side, we have Devin Nickerson in net for Barrington. Breaking out of his own end is Alec Howie. Howie tries to go cross ice to Paul, but it's just out of his reach. He'll chase in there. Getting there first, though, is O'Connor. He loses the puck, goes in front. Good team defense there at the point by Barrington, able to clear the zone.
Yeah, both teams still just trying to get their legs in here, trying to set up some zone control. Couple shots for Barrington right now, even though it's not on the board yet, but they've had some close chances.
Back and point, there's a shot. It goes off a leg. Opportunity, but couldn't get past the defense. Chip forward, we got coming up Wyatt. Wyatt tries to go inside out, defended well by Sir John A. Flames breaking out of their own end. Breaking out with it is Howie. Howie crosses center, chips it in, and then peels off to change.
This is the widest peel off. He tried to come back around, but two Barrington players both in the way, so it's the longest shift for him.
Stretch pass nice to Bateman. Bateman with a shot. Can't quite get it on net. Good stick work there by number 14, Nick Vino. Back to the point to the Barons. Wrist shot through a crowd. Stopped again by Vino. Takes a look. Tries to find some open ice. Can't quite get it in. Nice pinch there by Scott. Scott dumps it in deep. Bateman in the corner with it. Both teams going for it, so John A. is going to come away first, and we've got our first penalty.
Yeah, it was a good defensive check first to take him off the puck, but then came back and hit him again while he was on the ice, and that got called from the back ref. It was a lazy clear attempt to begin with. Had all kinds of ice, could have carried it up, or at least made a strong shot off the boards. Instead, it was just kind of lazy, and Barrington came in with it, and I think he took his frustrations out on those hits.
And I know in most games, especially at the high school level, special teams are ever so important. Barrington with the puck. Back to the point to Nickerson. Nickerson with the wrist shot. Save. Veered into the corner, and it's going to get cleared out. Now, as I was saying, the special teams really tends to be a big factor in all these high school games. Staying out of the penalty box, or if you're going to get in there, how well you can defend.
Yeah, no, especially at the high school level. I mean, you're going to have a lot of extra frustration to play with, and if that puts you into the box, your special teams are going to have a whole lot of work on the ice playing defense or catch-up. So the more you can play clean hockey and stay out of the box, better chances you're going to have on the scoreboard.
Certainly a lot of flow of emotions at this age as well. So anytime that you're going to get in the box, or if you get yourself worked up because of what you perceive as a bad call, it can tend to drag you down, similar to just killing a penalty or not killing a penalty.
Yeah, no, you got to have a bit of a goldfish memory at this level. You're going to have that emotion high and passions high, and if a kid gets a good hit on you, you think you want to get him back, but you got to get out of that mindset and you got to play hockey. Let him have his good hit. You know it was a good hit, but you're up, you're playing, you get him back on the board.
To the point, there's a wrist shot deflected in front. Almost getting there was Kane, but the goaltender Hayes got his stick in there as well. Coming back shorthanded, Sir John A. That's Alec Howie, one-on-one, gets it out of his skates, but as he was fixing it to get out of his skates, he put himself offside.
That was a bit late of a call. I wasn't looking at the linesman. Of course, he had turned around because the puck kind of slowed down on him, so he went in first and didn't have control of it, so the whistle came up.
Sir John A. has it again. Not the type of power play that Barrington would have enjoyed, thought that they were going to enjoy so far. Still a half, 50 seconds left in that power play. Let's see if the second half, if the second unit can go a little better. Coming back the other way is Atwood. Atwood crosses to the middle. He's going to put himself offside. He goes to tag up, but not before Howie gets the puck for Sir John A. Cross ice. Back to Howie. Howie looks for open ice. Waits for the Barrington player to come towards him and fires it all the way down the ice. 25 seconds to go in the power play.
Yeah, good clock management there. You know you're not in a rush. You know you can ice it. Let them challenge you or let them run time off the clock. And then when they finally challenge, send it down, get your line change.
Breaking out of his own end, number 13, Tegan Scott. He's got some room, zigzagging through the players. Tries to fire that in deep. Good stick there by Ewan Galloway. I say good stick. At least he got in the way.
Sometimes that's all you need, really. Whether it be lumber or body.
Tompkins with it. Tompkins gets it over to Lewis, who chips it out forward, and that's going to just about does. It ends the power play. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Going back in, you got Galloway in the on the sideboard. Galloway chips it forward to Edwards. Edwards trying to work it behind the net. Swings back the other way. Gives it up. There's a quick shot. That goes off a body, and that one stung.
Yeah, not only the puck, but he paid the price for taking that shot as he got dumped quickly after the release.
Back to the point. Hard wrist shot. That one goes off the goaltender's glove. Back in the corner. So John A. certainly dominating play now that they're out of the box. Matter of fact, they dominated a bit of the play while they were in the box.
Barrington's focusing a lot more on physical play right now. I think frustrated that they're not generating their own chances.
Good individual effort there by Edwards. Taking on 2 or 3 different Barrington Barons before they finally do take the puck from him and ice it. 9:23 here. See the shot from the point that I think is going to tip off the goaltender's glove. That's it. Nickerson got his glove on it, and it deflected off the glove in behind the net.
Yeah, he really had to reach for that one.
Face-off will be to his right now. Controlled by the Barons. Going back with it is O'Connor. He rips it around the boards. Tries to get it up to Smith. Coming back the other way is Nickerson. Nickerson goes the other way looking for Bateman. Going back and forth, though, it's Howie this time for Sir John A. Goes behind the net. Stops. Cycles it down low looking for Paul. Paul gets it over to number 21, who I don't have. He'll be the mystery number 21.
Yeah, I was just looking at that myself. I'm like, there is no 21 on here.
Actually, I do. I had it written in that Zach Evans.
Someone's got better information.
It's a write-in vote. And since we've got the time and since I've said his name, here's a shout-out to Zach's mom, Kim, who's watching in HRM right now. Kim, we're glad you could join us.
We're glad we can produce it so she can join us. Penalty going to number 19, Jude Greenwood. So I didn't see the call on the shutout.
No, neither did I. Too busy doing the other stuff. Face-off won by the Flames. Back to the point to Lewis. Lewis chips it down to Evans. Evans tries to go across with it, and that gets broken up. Coming back with it is Howie. Howie cycles. Nice stick work there, but he'll get it back. Tries to get in. Stick work, gets in again. Goes to the left. Turns. Takes his check, but throws it into Evans. Howie goes in after it again. Comes away with it. Got some room. Back to Evans with a deflection, and it goes in! A terrific shot by Howie, and a good stick by Zach Evans, able to deflect that and get it in.
Yeah, no, that was a beautiful set pass. That's not a shot on net. That shot was intentionally wide to the open space there on the blue paint, and a nice redirect behind the goalie who was out to challenge. Might be able to see this from the replay. You're going to see him set up just to the right of the goalie, and that tip-in goes around and behind him. So a great angled shot there with a shot pass in.
We talked about the importance of the special teams. Didn't take that long on the other side for Barrington to take that first penalty and then get scored upon.
And again, now the Barrington's going to stay out of that physical mindset of trying to get revenge on the ice and body checks. Play a smart game, play good hockey, and get back on the board because no one wins through body checks.
Paul chases it down his own dump in. He's got the puck behind the net. Taking on 3 Barons. It's back to the point. Back to Howe again. Taken off. I'm not sure he hit the puck, but we're just letting that one go. Paul really got flattened in that one.
Yeah, he definitely got dumped on that one. But no, like you said, no call, and off to the bench he goes. Trying to remember what part of the province he's in.
Coming back the other way are the Flames, breaking out of their own end. That's Tompkins with it. He gains the blue line, goes to his right, hard wrist shot. Saved by Nickerson, who gathers in the errant puck and covers it up for a whistle.
That was a big rebound chance, bouncing out on front of that one. Here's the replay of that hit. Yeah, just kind of met in the same place. Didn't have the puck. No one spotted it for the call, so they got away with one. And something I've noticed here in the crowd, I don't know if it's additional coaching staff or just a very active parent. Someone down there with a pretty big score sheet. I think he's tracking shots and goals and everything else down there. So interesting little stat sheet he's got on him.
We'll talk to him between periods. Maybe we can get some information. Coming back the other way is the Barons. Lead pass out of their own end. That's Wyatt with it. Wyatt dumps it in deep. Hayes is going to stop it behind his own net. Leaves it for Sullivan, who takes a big hit, and he's down. Getting up slowly, but is back up on his feet. Going back the other way is Galloway. Sorry.
I was going to say, he's not feeling great after that one. He is slow, and his head is wobbly. Yeah, he's unhappy over there on that bench, taking the helmet right off.
Barons behind their own net, coming away with it. That's Paul. Sorry, Nickerson. Nickerson gets it to the point to Pellerin. Pellerin keeps it in. Dumped right back in. That's Scott going behind his own net. He's got some room now as the Flames are making changes. Passing the skates, but well chipped forward to number 5, Tanner Bateman, who dumps it in deep. Jude Greenwood trying to lay some body as well. Barrington's going to determine to play this physical game. Nothing wrong with the physical game as long as it's clean and physical and you stay out of the box.
Yeah, no, that was the player that got lit up over there was number 9, Rory Sullivan. And he was bent over there on the bench holding his head. And I think one of the coaching staff was trying to get him aside, but he was having none of it, and the helmet went back on. He went right back to his position on the bench there. So I don't know if it was a stinger, got the wind knocked out of him or what, but oh, here's the play here. Yeah, he just gets lined up. Goes right over from under him. He might have hit his head on the way down there on the ice. So
either on the ice or potentially into the glass because it wasn't a shot to the head, that's for sure.
Yeah, it looked high shoulder chest contact, but the recoil from that will definitely bounce you around.
Coming out. The Barons with the lead pass to Bateman. Bateman chips it over. Here's a great opportunity. The shot. And that was number 19, June Greenwood, who made the deke but couldn't put it behind the goaltender.
I think he put it behind the goaltender. I think it might have went off post and across the crease because that went right through the blue paint. Hopefully we'll be able to get some kind of replay on that to find out just where it went. But I think he had the chance to go around him because that puck went straight along the goal line.
And maybe he just ran out of real estate. By the time he tried to tuck it in, there just wasn't an angle left. That's deflected. There'll be no icing this time. Going for it is King. He has it again behind his own net. Takes a look. Goes right up the middle of the ice. That's going to be broken up by Atwood. Atwood tries to go up the middle as well. 4:48 to go here in the first period. The score, St. Sir John A 1, Barrington no score. Coming back is Nickerson. Smith gets it in deep. Sir John A is going to come away with it. Breaking out of his own end is Sullivan. He loses control, then picks it up again, slides it on over to Edwards. Edwards goes to his right, takes a wrist shot off of a stick and wide.
Looks like Sullivan has no ill effects right now. Back on the ice as his first shift after that big hit.
Going back the other way is Galloway. He loses it behind the net. Barrington comes away with it momentarily, but now it's Vino. Vino gets it back to the point. That's Galloway, as we said, back out there. Lead pass, trying that stretch pass, can't get by the defense. Coming back the other way now is McDonald. He gets to the blue line, but not too much farther.
I was going to say the only problem you're going to have with these kids on the ice right now is you're not getting floods every period. So between the first and the second, you're going to get a whole lot of snow buildup, and you're going to lose control of that puck. You need to pay a little bit more attention to it than you would normally on fresh ice.
Yeah, tournament play. Every second period is the flood just to save some time, try to make us not go too far behind. Coming back the other way is Hiscock. Hiscock with a lead pass up to Pellerin. Pellerin loses control. Now that's Edwards with fighting for it at his own blue line. Edwards gets it back to Hiscock. Hiscock looking the other way, goes to his backhand, off the glass, and now out.
Yeah, but that looks like it's going to go all the way down there for icing.
Didn't quite make it.
Oh, that's the snow buildup.
Sweep, sweep. Wrong sport.
Yeah, you need someone down there clearing that out.
Scott has it. He circles. Lead pass nicely up to Link. Link loses control, though. Good work there by Howie, who brings it in on the counter. Goes to his left. The wrist shot. That one, it looked like he got the shaft of the stick and deflected up behind the net.
Shaft of the stick or the shoulder. And dangerous chance there that he almost lost.
Link almost grabbed an open puck, but couldn't quite get there in time. That's Howie with it again. Howie's going to try to chase it down. Good work by the Barrington defense, and covered up by Nickerson for a whistle with 2:38 to go in the first.
Now, hopefully this is that scoring chance. Yeah, here we are. He's going to come down low, and I'm sure he dekes here. It gets past him. Because watch, the puck goes off the post and right across the crease.
Or as our goaltenders like to say, we had the angle.
Yeah. There wasn't much room left to give him on that one. But a nice move to get in there to take that shot.
Back to the point. Wrist shot, then Safan, so it's a good opportunity for Barrington, breaking back the other way. Coming up with it down the left side, pass over, and I'm not sure. It's behind the net. There we go. I'm not sure if that was a kicking motion. There's a wraparound attempt. The net's off. Now the net's really off.
Yeah, it got knocked off on the first drive, but it got shifted back towards the pegs. And then finally the goalie just kicked it off, not intentionally, but with the push-off. So they had to get the whistle because that was dangerous. Coming around from behind the net, you could have got a tuck-in underneath if it was up off the pegs.
And what we've seen with these nets, because they just have these little nibs in there, they're not really bolted down really well. Once the net comes off once, it comes off a lot.
Well, once that bond is broken with the ice and the seal, it's easier to shake loose. We have our favorite post down on the away team and their lefty. It comes out all the time. Just a brush of it and lefty's off. We make fun of that post down there when Jeff and I are on the calls for the Mariners games.
Barrington comes back with it. They got the opportunity. Well defended, though. That's Howie that brings it up, gets it up to Galloway. Galloway gets it back over. Here's a quick wrist shot into the belly. That's Nick Vino, number 14, with that shot.
I guess we have new home and away signs with the local sponsors of the tournament I see over there.
Yes, Pleasant Supplies picked up the sponsorship, I think, a couple of years back after Cook's Dairy were bought out. They still call it the Cook's Tournament as an homage to who started the whole thing and to the cup that is presented as well. But it is definitely Pleasant Supplies Timber Mart that is the local sponsor.
It would be interesting in what their cup would be for Timber Supplies.
Yes, that's true. Kind of wooden.
Right? And you engrave it with the wood or scorch it in there. It could be interesting if they had their own cup. But it's nice that you keep the original that it came with, and it keeps that history and tradition going forward. Penalty now for Sir John A.
It's an interference call on number 18, Max Pellerin.
A whole lot of extra contact along the boards after the puck was gone, and he dumped him.
Let's see if Barrington can have a little better show at this power play than they did their first one. Get back into this game, try to tie this game up late in the first period. Howie breaking over to his right. He circles around, gets it back to the point, but it's a little too hard for Hiscock, and it clears the zone. Hiscock gathers it up, flips it down on Nickerson, who drops the puck over to Nickerson. Shift forward, just over the stick of Nolan Atwood. And Sir John A. throws it back down the ice. 1:07 to go here in the first period. Smith behind his own net, circles away from trouble. Lead pass up to Scott. Scott tries to get it up to Atwood, but it's a little too far. Working hard for it is Tompkins, but he gets picked from it. Atwood with it, pass in front. Tries to go short side, but it goes wide.
Yeah, just pulled the trigger too quick on that one, right out in front. Probably thought he didn't have a lot of time, but he had time, and when he fired, he just fired that wide.
Atwood, Smith back to the point to Scott. Scott with a shot. That goes off a stick and wide. Hunting it down is Kane. Kane flips it back down low, but nobody there for Barrington. Liam Tompkins with it. He loses control. Good back checking there by Barrington. Coming in with it now is Scott. Scott with a shot, and there's another shot, and that's another save by Hayes.
Yeah, no, that was a strong wrist shot there. 14 seconds left, and Sir John A. wants to get it out, and now they do. They got a chance on a break here.
Howie goes to the middle. He zigs, he zags, and he takes himself out of the play before he can get a shot from a good angle.
Yeah, no, he should have just went with the rush on that one, but tried to get too fancy with the stick handling to bring it back around, and that allowed the extra D-man to come in and pinch him out.
The end of one period, Sir John A. Macdonald Flames won the Barrington Barons. No score. Shots on net relatively even, 8-6, but I'd say that overall the play has been held by Sir John A.
Yeah, no, Sir John A. has definitely had the stronger play. I guess we are going to get a flood. Oh, it's every 2 periods, not after the second? Okay, my bad. So, yeah, no, they definitely held the play in the first. Barrington had chances to make their own scoring opportunities on the offensive play and on the power play, but Sir John A., with quick stick handling and movement, able to get the puck out in the neutral end and then generate chances on their own shorthanded efforts. So we'll see if Barrington can sort themselves out in the first intermission here and come back and get their own goal on the board to tie this one up.
All right, we'd like to thank everyone for joining MC Media's continuing coverage of the 2018 Cooks Cup. And we're going to take a short break now and be back for the start of the second period. Welcome back, hockey fans. We're about to be in the second period. This game between Sir John A. Macdonald Flames and the Barrington Barons. 1-0 Sir John A. after one. Barrington's going to start this period with a little bit of a power play, just the remaining seconds, but breaking in is number 17. Smith doesn't get too far, but now back in the corner is Greenwood. Greenwood gets it back to the point to Nickerson. Nickerson just gets that puck cross ice. There's a wrist shot from the point, kicked aside. Nice save by Hayes. Another shot. That one's uses his blocker to steer it into the corner. Greenwood.
I was going to say, it's going to be different for these teams now, coming out with a fresh sheet of ice after playing on that 2 periods of hockey in the last one. So it's like a whole different arena at this point.
Shot from the point. That one gets deflected into the net, and we have a whistle.
Yeah,
not the net.
Player who was dumped down on the ice, they're able to redirect that one, but nowhere near to the net, more towards the skybox. And he was complaining the entire time to the referee on linesman and why he wasn't getting a call.
Face off to the right of Hayes. We're all even now. Even strength, 5 apiece. Coming out with it is Sullivan again. Sullivan chips it in, clears it that way. Like you said, this fresh ice is going to get all the way down, and we are going to get an icing just.
Yeah, that was good. Sir John A. Chasing back after that one, and after the whistle, there was some body contact, but it wasn't a hit, and they were both friendly about it.
They both held up.
Yeah.
And especially the Sir John A. guys, because he was the chaser.
Yeah.
Nobody tried to drive somebody through the end boards.
Yeah, especially after the whistle. Plus, they both looked at each other and, hey, that's all good. So it's nice to have that. You get out there, you compete against everyone, but at the end of the day, it's 2 people down there trying to play a game of hockey.
Barrington has the puck. Cross-ice pass. Here's a wrist shot. That one just goes wide. A nice hard shot by number 9, Adrian Nickerson. It's back to the point.
That was a nice wrist shot. A quick release and a strong shot just wide of the net.
So John A. ices the puck again, so it's going to come back down to their zone.
So like I said, fresh sheet of ice, it's like a whole new game. The clearing attempts or the dumps that you had before that wouldn't make it all the way down there, now it's going to go all the way in further because that sheet of ice that is clean, it is just gliding right now.
Another save on a shot by Kane. Barrington able to keep it in. Barrington a little jump in their step here at the beginning of the second period. They seem to be outplayed a little bit in the first, but so far doing quite well. That one goes cross ice. Picking it up, number 9, Rory Sullivan. He gets the red line, chips it in deep. Stopping it behind his own net is Nickerson. Leaves it for his defense, who didn't quite get there in time.
Good hustle by Sir John A. to pick that one up, but they lost it now, and so the breakout starts.
Good move there by Atwood. Atwood comes in alone, the shot, and Hayes gets that right pad down to make the save.
I don't know if Hayes made the save or, like you said before, they just ran out of real estate to take the shot, and Hayes wouldn't allow any kind of stick movement forward, but a great move on Barrington to get that play out.
Coming back the other way is Galloway with a shot, and that gets saved. That was a save by Nickerson. Off the boards. It's going to be held in by Howie. Howie looks across the ice, has that man there, and that's Galloway. Galloway loses it, and Barrington able to chip it into the neutral zone.
Barrington got a little bit lucky there. They almost had a bit of a friendly fire play where 2 friendly players collided. Number 8 went down and looked hurt slowly to the bench.
Galloway with a shot, off the glove and in! Devin Nickerson got most of that puck, but not quite enough of it as it went out of his glove hand and then trickled over the goal line.
And Cameron Nickerson almost came in with the last-second save, got some lumber on it, but the puck was bouncing and still went in before he could clear it out. Nice attempt on the defense there to save his goalie from that one, but a good strong shot, breaks the save, and bounces over the line. And Sir John A. up 2-0 now, and a good lead in the second period.
Number 4, Alexander Lewis, just left the game. Maybe an equipment issue. Barrington comes in the other way, gets the zone. Smith chips it in deep. So John A. able to find that puck and get it past the blue line.
Physical play is definitely picking up now. One big hit along the boards earned another. Oh, and that's a dangerous one. That was a bit of a slew foot down there in the corner.
Greenwood was the recipient of it, and Max Pellerin was the one that did the hitting.
Sir John A. goal scored by number 8, Ewan Galloway, with an assist
So Johnny comes out with it.
I was going to say, I think he's looking to throw another hit. The frustration level is high for him.
Edwards stops again, still looking, spins away from trouble, tries to chip it past Smith, can't quite do it, and that one's going to get up on the screen for a whistle.
They need to get some Velcro on those jerseys. The Captain C for Barrington right now is half peeling off. A little bit of flimsy tape on there. Going to have a transitional captain on whoever it sticks to when it flies off.
That's what good old white hockey tape's for. Just squish it on there, make a new one. Nice pass over. Here's a chance. The shot. Big save. Number 21. Zach Evans going for that second goal for Sir John A. But this time, Devin Nickerson able to make the save.
Yeah, no, and his defense nowhere to be seen on that one. So any rebound on that, he was on his own. Breaking in behind the D, kind of a coverage break there, and left all alone. If he had made a deke, he had all kinds of open ice to play with.
Coming back the other way in a 2-on-1 is Barrington. That's Nolan Atwood with it. He's got room, takes the shot. And I'm not sure if Hayes got a piece of that, but it certainly went wide afterwards. Coming back the other way, we got Smith. Smith with a shot, and this one right in the red basket.
Yeah, no, he definitely deposited that one right in the basket. A whole lot of open ice to work with again, although his help on the right side got knocked down early, so he couldn't do anything there. Yeah, it looks like a piece off the pads, quickly redirected to the corner.
Barrington gets that face off. It goes off a defense. Barrington's there to get it, slaps away at it, but it just goes wide. Howie with it, spins away from trouble, chips it up forward. Nice lead pass to Paul. Paul tries to use his body, gets to the center, goes in.
No, it's between his legs.
Makes the save. I was waiting to see whether or not that one was going to squeak out.
No, it was a smart play by the goalie there to turn, knowing that the puck was beneath him. If it starts sliding through your legs as a goalie, you have to make that rotation and redirect the puck or at least contain it against the pads. And you're going to see here on the breakaway on the replay, good, strong positioning by Sir John A's player to get around the defense and direct that puck towards net. But good heads-up play by the goalie to make sure it didn't slide in behind him. You don't want to go down 2 right now in the period.
Gets to the point. Hiscock keeps it in. It is offside. Not realizing it is number 8, Ewan Galloway, and he touches the puck for the offside.
Good news is, though, that with the Barrington chances that they've been generating, the frustration levels have gone down. So the physical play isn't escalating or getting out of hand anymore. They're back into playing hockey because they're getting success with the puck. If that goes away again, expect the hits to pick back up.
Face off to the right of Hayes. Barrington wins the draw. Nice use of feet there to get it over, but that one's chipped high up into the screen by O'Callahan.
Face-off coming just outside the zone.
Barrington making some changes. Barrington not, compared to earlier games, both of these teams don't have as big a bench as some of the other teams have had. You never really know who's around and who isn't for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah, no, Sir John A is looking with a real short bench. You got one full line of forwards, one full line of D, and some spare guy who might be playing both ends. There's going to be a lot of tired legs, so good for Sir John A to get out to an early lead. And if they can maintain that, they don't have to bleed the legs or the fuel tanks so dry.
Both teams fighting for it behind the Barrington net.
That's a big hit. I don't think he was able to defend himself when he was down there, and I think a player hit him high.
And he was down low digging for the puck, so you're not even in a position to absorb a hit at that point. You're in a very vulnerable spot, and it's number 19, Sam Edwards, and hopefully he'll be okay.
Well, he's getting up on his own now. The trainer was coming out to take a look at him, but good that he's able to get there under his own power.
Whistle blown because he was down. It's going to take the face-off outside the zone. A late change by Barrington, the away team. Certainly slow getting to the face-off dot. That one's picked off nicely by 17 Howie to keep it in. Still good work by Sir John A. Keep the pressure on. Barrington able to get that, slide that down the ice, and let's go all the way for an icing with 9:51 to go in the second period. Sir John A 2, Barrington Barons, no score.
Yeah, shots currently on the Barrington side, 15-12, but they are unable to capitalize. Sir John A, with speed and some great angle work, have been able to get those 2 goals on the board and take this lead. and, of course, winning the first period and now leading the second period.
Shot from the point. That one's going to go wide. Breaking in to keep it in is Sullivan. Sullivan directs it towards the net, but it goes off the skate. O'Connor behind his own net. Finds some open ice. Tries to break away. But that's going to go right back to the defense of Sir John A. Coming back the other way is Tompkins. Tompkins hard off the glass. Kept in nicely by Bateman. Bateman's got some room. Takes a wrist shot off a stick and into the net.
I was going to say it was a great hand-eye there to knock that puck down and keep control in the offensive end. But then that wrist shot went 3 miles high, so thankfully that was off a stick and not a wasted wrist shot.
Number 4, Alexander Lewis. Must have been some sort of equipment problem because he's back on the ice now. Face-off would be to the right of Hayes. Controlled by Barrington. Quick wrist shot. Nice glove save by Hayes.
Yeah, no, nice wrist shot by the Barons there, but no traffic in front, so a goalie should be able to stop that all day, especially right up high on the glove side where the glove is already resting.
Same face-off. Both teams struggling to get it. Barons do come away with it. Atwood chases it down but can't do much with it. Able to clear the zone. Sir John A. coming back the other way is Scott. Scott cycles. Nice lead pass to Atwood. Atwood has some room. Blocker save. Another shot. Another save. Throwing a lot of pucks towards the net, but like you said, not a lot of bodies in front. If the goaltender can see these shots, he'll likely stop them.
Yeah, no, they've got to get bodies in front. They're not getting any extra chances on their shots. They're taking a shot. It's right to the goalie in the breadbasket. He's square up. Great positioning by the Sir John A. goalie. But Barrington's not in there in that dirty paint area where they can generate an extra chance and bang one in. So it's basically a one-man on the goalie even at a distance. They've got to generate more traffic down there to be able to get on this board right now.
Good lateral movement by goaltender Braden Hayes. He had made that first stop, knew that he directed the puck over to his right, slid over to get squared up for the second shot, and was in great position to make a save that he actually just made look easy because it was.
Yeah, no, good positioning by the goalie. It's, goalie 101 squaring off the shooter, making sure you cut down the angles. So, a high shot there, kind of handcuffed him, but able to keep it in the pads. I'm still not sure he knows where it is. Oh, there it is. Falls out of his gear.
That was a nice hard shot by number 4, Alexander Lewis. That'll be a face-off to the left of goaltender Devin Nickerson in the Barrington end. 8:24 to go here in the second period. Sir John A. just cycles it down low. Nobody really there putting any pressure on. Barrington able to clear the zone. That one shouldn't make it all the way down the ice, and it doesn't. Going back forward is Justin Paul. Paul cross ice to Alexander Lewis. Lewis goes cross ice again. Nice work to get out of their own zone by Sir John A. Coming back forward is Paul. He waits, looking for a passing lane. He was expecting Garand, I think, to continue on, but he didn't. Back to the point. That's Pellerin with a shot. That goes wide. Back in the corner. Sir John A. with it. Back to the point, a one-timer. That goes off of a leg and doesn't get through. On the counterattack, we have Tylen Foster. Foster with a shot. That's a weak wrist shot. Handled easily by Hayes, who covers it up for the whistle, allowing his team to change. You always have to remember in the second period, it's those long changes. You can get stuck on the ice for a long time if you get pinned into your own end.
Yeah, no, if you get pinned in, especially down 2, if you get pinned in Barrington right now, that frustration level is going to pick up. And the last thing they need right now is to get into the box and dig that hole a little deeper for themselves. So they need to get some offensive play, generate some good chances. They're getting the shots. But like we said, these shots are long, clear-on shots that Sir John A.'s goalie can see for miles, make easy stops, and he's not threatened. He's not encroached upon in his own space. He's comfortable down there. Barrington needs to get down there and make that goalie uncomfortable and get some rebounds.
The thing about putting yourself in that position, like the dirty area in front of the goaltender, is not only do you end up screening a goaltender, but the person covering you is an additional body in front of a goaltender. So it's 2 for the price of 1 as long as the puck can get through.
And some teams don't play the body down there. Some teams will play the passing lanes and the angles, allowing one man to be in front of the goalie and not cloud it up even more. You see that sometimes in the Mariners games where one team will be playing the body out front and engaging the man, and one allowing him to camp out there because it's less work for the goalie to see around him.
Nice stretch pass to Bateman. Bateman comes in alone, the shot, and he scores! Terrific stretch pass. Bateman gathers that puck up, settles it down, breaks in alone. Barrington's off the schneid, getting that first goal.
Yeah, that was huge and needed for Barrington now. Long stretch pass, saw the open man. I was worried that with this chance, again, they just have a square shot into the goalie and not generate anything from it. Able to come in with speed here, but a good wrist shot just at the top of the face-off circle. Sir John A. was out to challenge, but didn't really have the proper angle to the shooter and gave him the high corner, and he took it.
And it wasn't that bad. When you saw the replay, he's at the top of the blue paint. I think he might have just been fooled from the release, thinking that the puck was going to go a different way.
Well, he was at the top of the blue paint, but he wasn't looking at the angle. Like, he was square out center, thinking he was coming in on a breakaway perhaps, and he was going to make a move. But number 9 just fired it from the top of the face-off circle, so out of position with a whole lot of net in those corners.
We'll see whether or not that wakes Sir John A. up to get back into this game. Howie with it with a wrist shot. That one goes off the goaltender's glove and hits the top of the net. That's almost the second goal that goes off of a glove.
Yeah, no, and you'd hate to be the goalie giving up that one after your team just scored a beautiful one.
Atwood stick handles, gets by 2, but can't get by the third. Coming back the other way on the counter is Paul. Paul goes wide to his left, has some room, gets around the defense, has a trailer, throws in front, just tipped wide by Alec Howie.
Yeah, I don't know if the defenseman there broke down on who was supposed to cover who, but he was covered for a second and then left alone, and that should have been a goal.
It should have been, and I was looking at the trailer.
Yeah, no, and he just unable to redirect it right on the corner, just maybe didn't realize how close he was.
Barrington comes back, and this game certainly opening up here in the second period with both teams getting some quality scoring opportunities. Sir John A. breaking out the other way. 2-on-1 opportunity. There's a hard wrist shot. Glove save.
He doesn't know where it is, though.
Know where it is.
He's got to be able to control those rebounds, especially with the glove. He reached up high for that one. But if Sir John A. was in the area, that was going to be a goal.
Alec Howie with a good solid, and another lead pass. Another stretch pass going in. Here's a breakaway. Caught from behind, though. Number 4, Tylen Foster, couldn't quite get on his horse quick enough.
Yeah, no, I think he thought he had a little bit more time than he did, but a great hustle by Sir John A. to not get burned twice on that one.
Vino with a nice hard shot, blocker save by Nickerson. Coming back with it is Sir John A. We've certainly had some action here in the second period.
Yeah, no, both teams waking up with a little bit fresher ice. And Barrington, I know it worked once, but Sir John A. not allowing him to get bit again on that long pass. Defensemen are going to be aware of it now.
Lewis at the point. That one goes steered aside. Getting up for Sam Edwards for Sir John A.
At the very least right now, even down 2, Barrington has negated the points for Sir John A. in the second period.
Coming in hard is Greenwood. He's roughed off the puck. Back behind his own net is Lewis. Lewis goes off the boards. That's going to be tipped up to Vino. Vino tries to get it out. Can't quite get it. 2-on-1 for Barrington. Somebody in front of the net breaking in. There's a pass off a stick. There's a shot, and it's seared away from the net by number 14, Nick Vino. Great defensive play by Vino, saving a tying goal.
And that was going in. That was right there. Unlike the shot. Oh, they scored up anyway.
Number 17, Noah Smith, after Barrington buzzes around the net. Johnny on the spot, right in the right location, able to get his stick on there and jam that home.
Yeah, no, Barrington happy and swarming with the momentum from that early goal, generating a chance there, and that would have been the 2-2 shot. But like you said, Sir John A.'s player just able to sweep that off the goal line, but Sir John A. back on their heels after that, unable to clear the zone. And again, they crowded the crease this time. They've got players down there, so when the rebound or the chances were there, they were able to bang it home, and that's what they needed to do. So now not only is the game tied up, but Barrington is leading in the second period.
Smith gets it over to another Smith. That shot just goes wide. Hayes getting a little bit of work this period. Both goalies are. Barrington tries to go around the net. They can't get anything going. Coming out the other way is Sir John A., and that's broken up in the neutral zone by O'Callaghan, who dumps it back in deep. Nick King with it now. He tries to go high off the glass, too high up into the screening. 3:26 to go here in the second period, and we're all knotted up at 2 apiece.
Oh, yeah, there's the replay. Big slash there. Looks like it just – oh, that's the clearing attempt. He had it. It was going in. Love the overhead shot for that one. And just, like you said, Johnny on the spot to clear that away. Heartbreaking when you're there and it still goes in, but able to clear it out, and still Barrington with the pressure, able to put it in anyway.
Edwards gets it back to Hiscock. Hiscock goes cross ice to King. King flips it up. Nice jump there by Wyatt in order to knock it down. But forward, here's a wrist shot. Blocker save. Back in the corner. That one's chipped forward. Carrying speed is number 19, Edwards. Good defensive work by O'Connor to get his body between the puck and Edwards. Now Edwards catches him from behind.
The problem right now for Sir John A is that short bench, and where they're back on their heels, they're getting a little tired because their shifts are getting longer. They need to break to give their guys some breathing room to allow them to kind of play a little bit smoother. So they need to slow this pace down, get some control on the offensive end, and let Barrington sit back on their heels for a while.
Both teams had to travel here, but Barrington just had to travel from Shelburne County. So it certainly was not the same thing as getting those cobwebs out when you're traveling from Halifax.
No, but if you travel from the city, if I was coming down from the city to play hockey, big hit there in front of the net. Number 5 just gets dropped.
That's Tanner Bateman, who tried to gather that puck to get him into a better scoring position, and while he was looking down at it, got nailed. Back to the point. That one's held in nicely by Nickerson, Cole Nickerson.
Physical play is definitely picking up right now as they know the game is tied and both people want to get on the board to take the advantage back. Hand pass there to stop play. And this is going to be, the big hit where he gets laid out. He's right there in front, tries to bring the puck back for a close-in wrist shot. And when you're down low like that, you don't exactly have all day.
And you're looking down at that puck, trying to get it there, and you don't even know the hit's coming.
Yeah, well, internally, it's like a quarterback. You've got a certain amount of time in the pocket before you're going to get hit. And if you're going to play with the puck down at the crease, same thing. You have a certain amount of time before you are going to get lit up, and you need to fire that off quickly. Yeah, it was a high stick, but not blown down.
Barrington has the puck.
Hey, yeah, that's okay. Minute 43 left to go in the second period. Still exciting hockey to go.
Sir John A has it. There's a shot from a weak angle, and it goes wide. Held in at the point just by number 9, Rory Sullivan. Goes back behind the net. Getting there first is O'Connor. O'Connor tries to chip it forward. Sir John A has it, trying to get on the board here in the second period. Back to the point. There's a slap shot. Saved by Nickerson. Right into the chest protector, able to gather that up and hold the rebound for a face-off with 1:19 to go in the second.
And what Barrington wants right now is to make sure the game stays at least where it is. If they let in another goal right now, they lose the winning in the second period. It goes back to a tie, and they're back to losing overall. So right now, it's the best situation they can have, winning the second period and being tied. Of course, if they can score, that's all the best. But for a minute left, you just don't want to give them momentum back late in this period.
And for those of you that are wondering, the whole period thing is a tournament rule that is every period is worth a point, and then the game is worth 2 points, and there are half points if there are ties.
It forces teams to compete every period because even though you've got a big lead, say in the first period, if they score points in the second and third, then they're gaining on you because of that scoreboard. So you may have won the overall game, but it's a closer game because of those periods. It's one way to encourage that forward momentum instead of sitting back on a lead.
And it's also good when you have 9 teams, 3 divisions of 3, and you're going to seed them 1 through 9 so that you can get away from the math version of how to break a tie.
Yeah. No, it's good. If you had the time and you could play a lot more games and you don't need periods, you let them play it out on the full game of ice. But the way it's operating now, it's good. It encourages play through all the game, and a team who may be behind in the first that kind of gets blown out could still win points in the other game, in the other periods.
35 seconds to go here in the second period. Barrington able to control the face-off off the boards into the neutral zone. That's going to make it out and potentially all the way down. And it does. Icing with 24.4 seconds to go here in the second. An exciting second period. The first one was a little choppy at times, as I think, as you said, a couple things. First period, number 1. Number 2, an ice that had already been skated on for a period and a half by the time they actually got their legs, whereas this one they had that fresh ice. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the third period, where they're going to have to deal with similar ice conditions.
Yeah, back to the dirty ice through the third. So when you just got used to having your fresh ice surface, now you got to go back to playing through the snow again and see how you acclimate to it.
Smith with it. Leaves it off there for Greenwood. Greenwood tries to put it in front, but they can't get a shot away.
7 seconds left, so John A is going to have to hustle if they want to get any chance. But with this dump in now, that should wrap it up.
And there's the whistle, the horn, sorry, for the whistle.
It's both.
It's both, yeah. They whistled after the horn
Yeah,
went.
ref's whistle, horn goes off. It's all the same thing.
So as you said, a solid 1-point effort in this period for the Barrington Barons, able to get back into the game, all knotted up at 2 apiece after 2, and a slight break here, and we'll see what's going to happen in the third period. It certainly sets up for an exciting or potentially exciting third period.
At the very least, it's a tie game going in. Both teams have won a period, so it's tied all around, not just on the scoreboard. So both teams at the midway point have an equal score in this first game. And so the third period, you really want to come out and win this one. And you can tell how tired some of the kids are. You look at the assistant captain down there for Barrington sitting on the ice, kind of sucking in some wind.
Both benches about the same, I'd say. Sir Johnny might have a few more bodies on it than Barrington, but yeah, everyone is feeling the effects right now. And there's tournament hockey all by itself as well. It's not just a game and then a rest. You're going to be playing potentially a second game today, and if you're not playing 2 games today, you're definitely playing 2 tomorrow.
Yeah, no,
and with the option of potentially 3 tomorrow.
Yeah, no, it's a busy schedule. The kids got to be rested. They got to be in the best form that they can. And like I said, on a road trip from the city coming down to play games, I would have slept the entire way. I would have gotten all the rest I could on the car and woken up here and been like, okay, I'm good to go. Because the last thing you need is to, kind of wear yourself out or psych yourself out on the trip down when you've got to make those long trips.
Sir John A. controls the opening faceoff. Goes back and forth to King. King has it. Nice lead pass just out of the reach of Sam Edwards, and that's going to go all the way down the ice for an icing. Shots on net, and that certainly was evident because although both teams had a lot of good scoring opportunities, Barrington certainly did, and the score reflected that, sustain a lot of the play in the second period, and as a result, we went from a relatively even first period of shots to Barrington being up 26-18 right now.
Yeah, no, they've definitely been able to generate more shooting chances, but like we had said, a lot of those are easy saves for Sir John A. It's mainly the last 8 to 10 really that have been good generating second chance shots where they've had the players down in the crease and made Sir John A's goalie uncomfortable where they've gotten those goals, barring the beautiful wrist shot on the break.
Barrington controls it. That's Nickerson with it, Cole Nickerson. He goes for the stretch pass, goes off of a stick, and will at least clear the blue line. Coming back the other way is Edwards. Edwards tries to chip it up forward to Galloway. It's just out of his reach. Cole Nickerson behind his own net again, being chased by Galloway. Off the boards, Barrington in the middle of making a change, so it hit a whole bunch of skates. No too many men on the ice called, and I honestly would rather not be called just because the puck happens to hit somebody that isn't trying to play it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's just like if you didn't intend to trip the guy, if you trip him, you make the call, right? It's an unfortunate thing, but if the puck goes into play and they, someone coming on gets it, you got to call too many men on the ice. You can't say, oh, well, they didn't mean to play the puck. That's the thing, right? So you got to call what you got to call.
And I guess the difference there, though, on the too many men is they're not playing the puck. It's just hitting them. It's not you not controlling your stick. It's not you doing something that you can avoid. You literally are 2 feet away from the door and going into the bench. I've seen too many games kind of veer off weird because of that. Sullivan back to the point. There's a wrist shot. And that one goes off the post. Number 17, Alec Howie, able to get that shot away, and he grazed the outside of the post. Coming back again is Sir John A. There's a shot, a beautiful goal. Number 17, Alec Howie, didn't like hitting the post, so instead picked the top corner.
Got a friend down in California apparently watching the game. Just got a little note handed to me here. So, hey, Dennis, a little shout out for you. Enjoying the high school hockey for us. Partner in crime, Quinn here, giving a thumbs up to that as well. Next time, Dennis, come here and watch.
Or invite us to California.
We could do it from there, too. We will broadcast from the stream. I got no problems with that.
Big hit. Number 22 getting it from all angles, Justin Paul.
Yeah, and now with Barrington down again, that physical play is going to come back. It's like a default setting for them right now.
Howie looking for the puck. It gets fired back in deep. Going back for it for the Barons is Cameron Nickerson. He's got it behind his own net. It was a delayed offside for a while, but Nickerson gives Nickerson lots of ice to break out. He gets it back again. Good defensive work there by Sir John A. Stretch pass this time for them. Hops over the stick of Alec Howie all the way down the ice for an icing.
You got to get some lumber on that. Wide open out there behind the D. All you got to do is bring that down on your stick, and you missed it. You whiff on that. That's tough, especially now with a chance to put your team up 2 early in the third.
Face-off going to be to the left of goaltender Braden Hayes. Controlled by John A. Pellerin with it. Tries to chip it forward. Good forecheck in there by Greenwood. Pellerin at it again. Pellerin and Greenwood both there, and it's going to be Bateman that gets it momentarily. Back to Greenwood. Greenwood stops. Cycles it in deep. Pass in front. Good active stick there by Hayden and net. Barrington has it again. Once again, that's Greenwood that cycles away from the forecheck and has it. Uses his body. Gets it behind the net to Bateman. Bateman can't control the puck, and this time it's going to be Alexander Lewis that gets it and would rather clear the zone, take the icing, and allow the change.
Yeah, no, at this level you do get the change on the icing, so it's not that big a deal, especially important for Sir John A. with a short bench like that. When you're down and the line's getting tired, send it. You're going to give away a face-off, but give a face-off with fresh legs and give away a goal.
Face-off, controlled initially by Barrington, but breaking out with it is Sir John A. Coming out is number 21, Evans. Evans with a shot, and Evans has scored 1 goal and had a couple good opportunities. Zach Evans, a late addition to the team, called up because of injuries and other issues that had come up with the Sir John A team, certainly making the most of his call-up.
Yeah, no, and a great shot there, going 5-hole, just not strong enough or fast enough to get past the Barrington goalie, able to close that one down, but it was pinched right there at the 5-hole between his pads.
Evans has a chance again, goes off a skate and almost goes in. Breaking back the other way, the Barons. 2-on-2 situation. Gaining the blue line, that's number 8, Atwood. There's the shot. That's just a little too high. Tompkins behind his own net. He loses it. Barrington comes away, tries to wrap around, and Sir John A is able to clear the front of the net and get into the neutral zone. Breaking back the other way, we've got Barrington again. Shand with it. Gets it over to the shot. There's a shot from number 21. Sorry, check that. That's number 11, Jagger Kane.
It's okay. It's tough sometimes to see the numbers because they're not on the sleeves as well for Barrington, so you've only got to see that number when they turn around.
Stopped at the point. Steered aside easily by Hayden. Barrington does have the puck. Some changes being made by Sir John A. I think they thought they were going to actually clear that zone. Dumped back behind the net. That's Shane Wyatt controlling it for the Barons. He stops and looks. Tries a shot from the half board. Can't get through the first set of legs. Back down deep. Barrington not going to forecheck, and Sir John A is going to fire it down, but because the puck's on end, it is not going to make it all the way down, and we're going to get a whistle because the goaltender is going to cover it up for that whistle with 10:27 to go in the third.
Shots 28-21 in favor of Barrington right now, but they're falling behind again on the scoreboard 3-2. And with Sir John A now in the lead of the third period and the game, at least trying to tie this up is huge for Barrington because you're giving away not only the third period goal differential, but then the game points as well. So it's a 3-point swing.
It's back to the point. Picking it up is Bateman. Bateman tries to go cross ice just a little too hard. Hiscock gets it for Sir John A and flips it up forward to Vino. Coming in with numbers, and that's Galloway with it with the shot, and that just goes wide.
Good thing it went wide there because it was a casual attempt at the glove, and he got nothing on it.
Barrington comes back the other way. That's Bateman with it. Bateman goes to his left, takes the shot, and it gets up into the screen.
Sir John A's goalie got a piece of it. Wasn't sure where it went. He turned around and was waiting for it to kind of fall, but bounced off him and high off the mesh behind him and then finally came back in the play. So referee's taking a quick shot of the goalie's water there. A little bit of teamwork.
Taste test.
Hey, I'm sure the referees and linesmen are just as tired as the kids down there.
Nice attempt at a pass out front by Hiscock. Couldn't quite get it by the net, though. Coming back the other way, Sir John A has it. Sir John A, that's Paul with it. Paul's knocked down. He's getting up slow. Another attempt at a stretch pass to Bateman, but it can't get by the defense. Cleared in, easily handled by Devin Nickerson. He'll cover that up for a whistle with 9.5 minutes to go in the game. Once again, we'd like to thank everyone for joining MC Media's continuing coverage of the 2018 Cooks Cup. This is the 12th Cooks Cup coming to you from the Mariner Center in Yarmouth, Nova Scotia. Thanks for joining us.
Still a lot of time left here in the third, though, for Barrington to generate something. But even with the short bench, Sir John A. is playing strong hockey and generating more and more chances.
Solid shot right there. Nice save by Nickerson, able to get that arm on it. Referees are telling them to play it. It goes off the end of the referee's skate, back behind the net, and that's Pellerin with it. Pellerin tries to reverse it. Getting there first is Kane. Kane tries to wrap it around the short side, and that's going to get to Sir John A., who's going to get it to the blue line and out. Coming back the other way is Edwards. Edwards has a man. He's going to take the shot. Tries to go high stick side. Nice save by Nickerson.
Had a chance there on the corners. The goalie kind of collapsed in, but it was not a big amount of area to put that through. But the defense for Barrington able to take away the cross-crease pass, and so he had to take the shot.
Breaking back in the other way is Vino. Vino goes to his left, tries to find some room. Gets around one player. Taken off by the other one, though. Coming back the other way is Edwards. Edwards has it now for Sir John A. He leaves the puck. Here's a hard wrist shot. Saved and collected by Nickerson, gathering that rebound.
And that's another glove from Nickerson where he doesn't really get all of it, and it drops down in front of him again. So Sir John A. can generate some serious chances if they take advantage of that weak glove action right now on the Barrington goalie.
Face off to the left of Nickerson. Sometimes it's not good to sit so close to the camera person. They get a little handsy at it.
I don't mind. It's okay. Yeah, buddy.
Back behind the net, that's Sir John A., number 22. Paul. Justin Paul trying to fight for it, getting some help from Zach Evans. 4 players back there. The referee's going to want them to move that puck. He does not want to blow the whistle.
Especially down behind the net like that. You want the kids to play it.
Coming back the other way. Barrington's going to get control of it to the half board, but not out. Stopped in, hard slap shot from the point. We'll check that. He was hoping it would be a hard slap shot. Didn't get much on it. That was number 2, Liam Tompkins, but the puck does stay in. Nice deflection attempt by Zach Evans. Once again, he's everywhere, trying to get that second goal.
The kids are everywhere because they're on the ice all the time. With short benches like that, they are always out there. But great on him for playing so strongly right now, and that was a great hand-eye move to try and tip that one low, but it was really high and wide, so tough to get a better angle on it.
King flips it high against a glass to get it into the zone. Can't quite get there. On the counter, we've got Bateman. Bateman with a wrist shot. Goes off of the leg of Liam Tompkins. Collected by Barrington on the other side. Up towards the blue line, stopping. Jude Greenwood cycles it down low. Goes for the return pass. It's got an opportunity here for Nickerson. Cole Nickerson doesn't get the shooting lane, takes the shot afterwards, and it goes wide. Breaking back the other way is number 8, Ewan Galloway. He's going to have a shot. Gets it up forward. There's the pass. Back to Galloway. The shot, and it couldn't really get much on it. I won't say it was a save, but it'll be counted as one. There wasn't really much of a shot.
Yeah, there wasn't much momentum on that, but great play by number 13 for Barrington, Tegan Scott. He had no stick and still stayed with the play and able to physically take his player away from the puck after the rebound.
Hiscock over to Sullivan. Sullivan gets around one player. This one's going to get intercepted in the neutral zone. Coming back the other way, though, we've got 19, Edwards. Edwards with a cross-ice pass just out of reach of Nick Vino. Great opportunity there for Vino. He just couldn't gather it in and try to redirect.
I don't know if the Barrington player was able to get a stick on him or not because it looked like it was in the area that he could play, but it just went right through. So a little bit of a kerfuffle there at the Barrington bench as 2 players collide as one tries to go off for a shift.
Sullivan throws it back in, looking for an open winger. Barrington coming back the other way. It's Sullivan again. Galloway with a shot that goes wide. Coming back in is Sullivan. Sullivan has it. Goes back towards his own blue line. They're in the middle of changing, and he's waiting. Zigs his way through a couple people. Tries to slip it in front. Still with the puck is Sir John A. Back to the point. Cross ice. Over to Hiscock. Hiscock gathers it. It's a bouncy puck, as we said. 2 periods without cleaning the ice, and it gets a little jumpy at this point. Both teams fighting forward in the corner. Barrington's going to come away with it. 5.5 minutes to go here in the third period. Barrington looking to tie it up. Coming in is Jagger Kane. He's got some room. There's the shot. I think it goes off the shoulder.
Off the shoulder of the mask, but it was a high shot and just up out of play. Good positioning there by Sir John A's goalie to get out there and make sure there was no real shooting angle. And the Sir John A defense forcing him wide as best as possible. But, yeah, with a little over 5 minutes left in this game, shots 30-26 in favor of Barrington. Barrington knows they need to get back on the board here to tie this up.
Face off. Both teams fighting for it. Sir John A's going to get it. Tried to flip it out to the blue line. Can't quite get it out. No, they do. And then dumping it down deep is Justin Paul. Good work there by Alexander Lewis, who backed off, actually. It looked like he was going to force the check, but with the lead, he was going to, no sense pinching and then getting caught for an odd man rush the other way.
Yeah, no. Smart heads-up play to go back and play the line instead of trying to play too forward. You want to protect the lead even with the offensive play, but not give up anything that's just sloppy.
Lewis gets it over, gets to the point. There's a deflection by number 10, Shane Wyatt, and it just goes wide. Sir John A from behind their own net. Breaking out fast is Galloway. He has to hold up as this one's just pinched in as Howie goes and peels off the change. Behind the Barrington net, both teams fighting for it. Excellent work back there by Justin Paul. Lagging the puck, killing time. Pass over, cross ice, there's a shot. And it just goes behind the net. Once again, Sir John A still has it. Good defensive work there by Barrington to take the man off the puck. 4 players. Check that. 5 players in the corner. Somebody's got to find a puck.
Oh, they know where it is. It's just who's going to bring it out at this point.
Barrington does come away with it. Breaking away. That's number 19, June Greenwood. Greenwood has some room. Presses the puck just a little too far. And he goes into the stanchion.
Yeah, big hit there. Number 19 got dumped into that corner, but his arm was caught kind of in the post as well. So it looked like he was dangling there, and everyone had to cringe on that one, but right back up and playing. And one of the best things about high school hockey is they have the full cage. Without that full cage, that might have been a much more dangerous hit, but also good on the Mariner Center and any arena, really, where they have those stanchions. They've got the padded covers on that to help protect the players who are there.
Sir John A coming away with it. Nice lead pass over to Sullivan. Sullivan has some room, goes to his left, tries to drag it down. Good defensive work there by Barrington, picking up that puck and counterattacking the other way with just a little over 3 minutes to go in the period. Back pass to Bateman. Bateman chips it forward. Into the corner, there's a pass in front, and that goes off of Hayden's stick into his pads, and he covers up with exactly 3 minutes to go in the third.
That was a dangerous save. I think that went off his stick and rested on his left pad. That could have redirected into the net. And here's a replay of that hit. It wasn't intended at the stanchion. It's an open ice hit, but with the momentum, it just dumped him into the corner, and you could see him holding on there, kind of like a rag doll. We were all a little bit concerned, but just some forearm strength. Great redirected shot there, and the goalie able to track that one and send it away.
Great reflexes by the goaltender, getting the paddle down to actually veer that into the corner. I'd say it was good. We knew he was all right because he bounced up right away. We knew there was no ill effect from the hit.
Yeah, no.
But it looked bad going in.
Oh, it looked horrible from the distance down there, right? But a lot of hits look worse than they actually are to the viewer. You know, players are able to sponge or absorb those hits and get right back up. But on, fresh ice full speed, it looks pretty brutal.
Paul in the corner brings it down, gets it over to Evans. Evans circles away, trying to get away from the defense. Sir John A with 2 minutes to go, happy to keep the puck down in Barrington's end as long as they can. Breaking back the other way is Jagger Kane. Kane has some room. There's a wrist shot. That one's played a little sloppily off the glove hand of Hayden, but he keeps the puck out. It goes back behind the net. Racing back before it is King. King gets it back out to his center. Lead pass, stretch pass just in front of everybody, and that's going to be all the way down the ice for an icing. Right idea. Execution just a little off on that one.
Yeah, no, that's almost a Patrick Waugh moment there where he gloved it with that motion and almost threw it back towards his net. So you got to be careful on that glove play. Minute 52 left in the period. Shots 32-26 in favor of Barrington. Barrington, again, still holding the shot lead, but unable to generate some serious offense at this point after playing so well in the second period.
Coming away with it is McCarthy. Vino goes forward. It goes to the front of the net. Sir John A has it. Rory Sullivan stops. He's going to wait to get pressured. He's happy not doing anything with the puck and letting that time tick away. Barrington has to tag up. They do. Coming away with it is Vino. Vino goes cross ice to Sullivan. Sullivan chases it down. He'll go no, he'll circle away. Got to be careful. Don't want to give up the puck. He does. Barrington comes away with it. That's Link. Link tries to get it in front. Here's a nice first. Bateman. Bateman tries to slide it back to Link, but he couldn't quite get a hold of it.
That was a wide open net. Sir John A.'s goalie is kind of lazy on his side-to-side movement there. Gave him a chance on the short side, and with the cross-ice pass, wide open net. That would have been a tie game late and heartbreaking for Sir John A. Luckily, they got away with it with nothing.
Easy save made for a face-off. I'm wondering with 1:01 to go whether or not we're going to see some timeouts soon to get who you want on the ice.
I don't think so. I think that everyone's tired anyway. You might get a little bit of wind, but also with a short bench on the other side, it also gives them a break, so you don't really get the advantage. You put your best legs on the ice.
That being said, we've got a timeout. What do we know?
Sometimes you take the chance to make sure you get your fresh legs, and sometimes you risk it giving the defense a break. Although we don't know who called it. It could have been Sir John A. on the defensive side to make sure they're rested.
Yeah. Either way, it is a timeout for both teams.
Yeah.
And with the amount of time that's left in the game, it allows the coaches to set up the way they want to defensively or offensively with the players on ice that they want.
And I think the best thing for Sir John A. during this timeout is to make sure they don't sit back on the puck. The best thing you're going to do is play offensively and keep the puck in Barrington's end. Don't allow a stretch pass. Keep an eye out for that. But don't sit back in your zone thinking, oh, I can run the clock, Because they just tried that and lost it and almost gave away the game.
Yeah, 1:01 is a lot of time. It does not take long to transition down a hockey ice surface to get a scoring opportunity. Face off in the Barrington zone, though. Barrington kicked out of the face-off zone, and I think it's because of the setup on the far side. That was Greenwood that was tossed into the corner. Didn't even look like Sir John A. was trying to win. They're happy just pushing it deep. Keep a forechecker in there. They're going to keep one deep.
Yeah, they got to watch that headman pass because there's a floater back there, cherry picking, waiting for it. So Sir John A. is back watching that. The coach likely making sure that they were aware of that. Icing now will bring the face-off all the way back into Sir John A.'s end.
44.5 seconds. Great opportunity for Barrington here late in the game to get that all-important point and tie.
And with the goalie out now, for the extra man in the offensive face-off, 44 seconds left, 6-on-5. Barrington needs to get some control here. Nice shot again, but an open one. He kind of fired that too quick to allow his own players to get in there to screen or get a rebound. Thankfully, it's a face-off right there again, but what Sir Barrington needs is a few seconds to set up. Don't get the eager trigger pull. Get control, get some bodies in front. Again, a quick wrist shot. Going to get another face-off and a big hit after that one.
Number 8, that's twice in a row that was able to get a good shot away. After that second shot, this time Justin Paul leveled him.
I'm not sure he knows quite where he's going right now. Number 2, Kieran O'Connor's kind of directing him away from that spot.
This one's dumped out, chasing down hard after it is Pellerin. He's not going to get there in time. Barrington's going to forecheck the other way. Half a minute to go. Nice lead pass over to the left side, breaking in. Decent opportunity, but taken off the puck by Alec Howie. Stretch pass off of a stick. That's not going to be icing. Skating after it is Zach Evans. He's going to get there.
That should have been a tripping penalty on that play coming in.
Pass in front, the shot, and it's a good kick save by the defense of Barrington, keeping it a one-goal game.
I think that was stop that one.
Coming back the other way, one last chance is Atwood with a long shot, under a second, and there's the horn to end the game. Getting back to the, in case people are wondering, the whole, let's see the replay first.
Yeah, you're going to see that leg stick out there from O'Connor. He knows that play is coming right out front here. He backs up into the paint. A little bit slow on this one to drag it out just so everyone can see. And you're going to see he sticks that leg out. Just a great kick save. Kept him in this one, but...
and he's going to be penciled in now as the third goaltender for Barrington in case somebody gets hurt. I guess the whole point of them pulling the goaltender at the end is exactly what we said about the whole point system. Whether or not they lost this game 4-3 or 4-2 or 3-2 really didn't matter. Tying it up was going to mean more in the short term of their seeding than losing by another goal.
Yep, no, absolutely. And you want to take that chance. That's why I was surprised they didn't pull the goalie even though it was a 4-0 blowout, to at least generate some momentum and good vibes going forward. Yeah, we lost that one, but we scored late. We can succeed, and let's do that.
So Barrington's going to get 1 point here and 4 points for Sir John A in that one. Got some player of the game announcements before we sign off.
Player of the game from Barrington, number 5, Tanner Bateman.
For Barrington, it's number 5, Tanner Bateman. And Tanner was indeed had a great game today. A lot of good opportunities.
Player of the game from Sir John A, number 21, Zach Evans.
And for Sir John A, it's number 21, Zach Evans. There you go, Kim. Your son's bringing something home. Once again, we'd like to thank everyone for tuning in to MC Media's continuing coverage of the 2018 Cooks Cup. On behalf of myself, David Doucette, my partner today, J.R. Surratt, and all the volunteers behind the scenes and behind the camera, we'd like to thank you for joining us, and please continue watching our coverage of the Cooks Cup.